Yeah, good home win against an in-state team in Utah Valley. Have a lot of respect for Dan and his staff and how they do what they do. And I knew they were going to have a game plan and they were going to come in here and test us. The first half, a lot of unforced turnovers. Some of that lingered and carried over to the second half, but our execution was a lot better. I thought defensively, we were pretty locked in. That third quarter, we gave up a lot of points, but for the most part, we were doing what we were supposed to do. So really proud of our team putting 40 minutes together. And again, just tremendous respect for what they do. I think they're going to win a lot of games in their conference, Utah Valley is. So I think we'll reflect back and be like, hey, man, that was a pretty good win.
For all three of you, Reese only had 1 point on the entire night, but she did have a team high 11 rebounds. Can you guys just speak about the importance of her when her shot isn't falling, that she's able to, still contribute and make an impact on this team?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing that definitely gets overlooked by everyone else but our team. We play selfless basketball, and some nights you're not going to score a lot, and she obviously didn't, but I didn't even notice that in the game. I noticed that she was getting a lot of boards. She was playing great defense. She sometimes had to guard big, so she guards every position for us, and she just brings a lot of energy to us on the court and on the bench. So for us, it's some games, some people might have their night, and other nights it might be someone else. So I think we know that going in, but she did a lot of other things for us that doesn't necessarily get shown like on the highlight reels, but it means a lot to us as a team, and we're going to need that moving forward. So.
And to piggyback off that, stats aside or not, that kid plays hard. So it's like if she doesn't have to score. She had 11 rebounds. She dove on the floor, like she sacrificed her body for our team. So, that alone, I want to play with Reese that much more just because scoreboard or not, she's gonna play hard every night. She gives it her all. So that kid plays with heart for sure.
Yeah, I think having Reese in our program, she's going to play with the passion and intensity that's required. And she's an elite rebounder and one of our better defenders. So she allows us, because of her versatility and really the hustle, the nitty gritty, like the toughness stats, like she's always going to fill those boxes. Shooting nights, when you play a team like Utah Valley where they were switching a lot and then they're switching between that zone and then man to man, it's hard for that position, I think, to get into a rhythm because they're switching with her. So we've got to do a better job of maybe trying to get her some touches. But we also, as a staff, we didn't want our players to overthink, and we didn't want them to, like, what defense are they in? It's just like, trust your eyes. Like, you'll see what they're in and just play basketball. So that sometimes has a lot to do with maybe her offensive production. But defense and rebounding, we're so fortunate to have her in our program.
Lani, Maty, for both of you guys, team shoots 13 to 25 from three tonight. You have one of those typical Ute nights, 21 assists. Just what do you think of your ability to move the ball around tonight?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go.
Yeah. I'm really proud of our team. Like Gavin said a second ago, like they were switching up their defense constantly, and for all of us, it's hard to get into a rhythm. But just us sticking within our principles in Utah basketball and being able to figure out different ways to score, because it wasn't always the guards. We sometimes had to feed the post. Sometimes our point guards got in. Yeah, I'm really proud of our team just kind of staying versatile and being able to attack all positions. That point of attack was for all of us to score, but pick apart their defense. So I'm really happy that we executed.
Yeah, and to go off that, we obviously knew they were going to do 1-3-1. And as shooters, that's always makes me smile because usually those corner threes are open. And I think our teammates did a good job when we were being aggressive and moving the ball to find those open threes. And I feel like that's where a lot of our shots came from. And then in the second half, when we were moving the ball, making extra passes, that's Utah basketball, and that's where we got a lot of open threes. So I'm just proud of how we picked up in the second half and just kind of stuck to our principles.
Sort of piggyback off of that, 9 players scored tonight, and you did it in a variety of ways, 3-point shots, driving to the lane, post up. When you have that sort of offensive balance, can it be difficult to settle, or like what is the mindset in trying to maximize that offensive balance? That's a
I
decent
can,
question.
yeah.
I think a lot of it just goes to our preparation. Things we do in practice over and over and over again. It's something that I want them just to be instinctful about and just let those shots come naturally. We're not there yet, but it's a work in progress. The beauty with this team is, one, these two guys, they know what I expect and what I want. The beauty is we have newcomers who are figuring it out, but because they're so talented, like, we're going to reap those benefits for years to come because they're being thrown into the fire now. So it might not be perfect now, but I always say I'm not trying to peak. Our program's not trying to peak in November, nor do we want to peak in December. It's like we want to get going at the right time. So it's going to be a work in progress. And, when you prepare for a team like Utah Valley and they have a unique 1-3-1, well, we spent time doing so. Well, all the things that I thought we worked on for the Utah State game would automatically transfer over. When you have young kids and this is their first year in college basketball, no, it doesn't. So that's on us. I think as a coaching staff, we'll do a better job of making sure, okay, let's make sure we keep stacking those good things and then make sure we're getting ready for our opponent in these regards. But I just want them to play free. They know what great shots are. They know what good shots are. And I'll settle for good, but we love great.
For Lani and Maty, you guys had 24 bench points tonight as a team. How much does that, seeing those guys that are coming off the bench, getting those buckets to go, how much pressure does it take off of you guys when you guys are on the floor?
I mean, it's great. I don't think, obviously, yeah, it takes off pressure, but I don't think that's what, they know that's their role. We have players coming off the bench that are great shooters and that can also score. So it's just great to have that depth, knowing that, we trust them and they trust us and they're finally kind of comfortable in, where they can get their shots off. And I thought, Gracie came in, LA and Avery had sparks and they did it not even with scoring, but, on defense, talking on defense and just they're kind of figuring stuff out. So to know that we both came off the bench, so we know how important that is to have sparks coming off the bench. So I'm just really happy for all of them that provided that spark for us tonight.
She hit it on the nail. Anybody else?
Gavin, just want to ask you about Kyra. She has 10 points, 5 rebounds, a couple assists, block shot. Just kind of what do you think about her performance tonight and what she's shown so far this season?
Yeah, I think, the boxing analogy, ring rust, I think it's real. So I think she's still working that out, but she shows signs, whether it's in practice or in games, how good and what an impact she can be for our program. It's funny because these guys are all like, hey, let's run this play. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to empty our playbook out and make it all scoutable. But we do have a lot where, she's going to be able to, showcase her skill set, showcase her decision making. She's a really smart basketball player. For a lot of, not just her, but our newcomers, it's just being able to play hard all the time. Just let it go. And that's something we're still working on. But you got to be vulnerable. You got to be willing to hit that, oh my gosh, I'm at the wall. I'm tired. Yeah, you have to. That's basketball. And the sooner we can do that, the better we'll be, because every possession in the Big 12 is going to matter. So that second quarter when you got tired and you let somebody blow by you, or that in the second quarter you didn't sprint your lanes for that open layup, those things are going to come back and get you. So we're still a work in progress, but I think Kyra falls into that category too. She's just finding her groove, and we're going to keep pushing our newbies to just kind of keep elevating their game, their conditioning, and I think we're going to be a team to reckon with.